information came direct from Meghan's ex-husband, Trevor Engelson, via an intermediary. And obviously Trevor Engelson is a very successful TV producer. He now has his own family. He's very happy.
He's moved on. He has put Meghan behind him. He probably is not interested in people bringing up his past relationship. He has 3 children now with his new wife.
And listen, I want to say this to you in the best way, because I wonder if you could rewrite your public narrative from scratch. Is there anything that you would do differently? Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
Meghan Markle, meet the truth. Truth, meet Meghan Markle. I don't think you know each other. In fact, I fear that you're complete strangers. Yep, the devious Duchess is at it again, playing the victim card, lashing out at all those horrible lies that all those nasty people tell about her. By that, she means anything that anyone says about her that she doesn't like.
The other person that we're debating later on the show who has an issue with the truth, and in particular in espousing truthful statements, is Meghan Markle.
Trevor Engelson's Meghan's first husband previously had this operation, which would mean, of course, that she was unable to give birth to a child herself.
Holy shit. He said what?
The irony is earth-shattering, isn't it? Harry and Meghan are the Duke and Duchess of gaslighting themselves. Is a cynical attempt to manipulate viewers into questioning their own recollections of reality. Have you been hanging out with Meghan and Harry since they've been in California?
No, I don't know them.
What do you think of them?
They're ridiculous.
Well, I always thought she was ridiculous.
Seconds. I mean, how could she tell this stuff and get away with it?
She will find a way to bounce past him to some other taker who might actually just love the guy. She will take her royal kids, who can still go by prince and princess, and find the billionaire.
I look at Meghan Markle and I'm like, this is a bad idea. Why? How did you fall for that? This chick's from LA. She's a failed actress. She's clearly acting out of bad intent. She wants to destroy things she didn't build. And I just never understood why anyone, I mean, I thought she was like a ridiculous narcissist from the first words I heard emerge from her mouth. Like, it never occurred to me to take her seriously.
It is pretty extraordinary, isn't it? I mean, I think she's just got so used to lying that maybe, in my opinion, she believes the lies she tells. I don't know, but either way, she's just been so consistently loose with the truth.
Meghan Markle is one of the most ruthless social climbers I've ever met in my entire life. And anyone who thinks she wants to get out of the fame element of all this is living in cloud cuckoo land. What she wants to do is now be a global superstar, riding off the stratospheric fame that she's acquired by marrying a member of the British royal family.
She intentionally targets the royal family time and time again, and everything she does has a motive behind it.
You're in America now, and we don't give a shit about you. You're not our fucking prince. You'll never be king. We hate your wife. Stay at home in your $29 million mansion, all right?
Oh my God, I can't even. These two, Meghan and Harry, are the worst.
Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina. So, in a world where Meghan Markle controls every camera angle, every flattering headline, and every last drop of lavender-scented brand strategy, there's one thing she didn't anticipate: Trevor Engelson speaking up. That's right. The man she used to call her husband before ghosting him harder than a Netflix exec ignoring her next podcast pitch. And he's finally unloading years of bottled up truths, and it's not pretty.
A moment where Megyn Kelly reveals that Meghan Markle married for money, that she planned it all from the beginning, and the vision board with Prince Harry on it was revealed to her by someone who knew Trevor Engelson.
For over a decade, Trevor played it classy. No interviews, no tell-alls, no social media jabs. Meanwhile, Meghan rebranded herself from B-list suitcase girl to humanitarian goddess to royal martyr, all while conveniently erasing Trevor from her timeline like he was a bad LinkedIn endorsement. But now? Oh, now Trevor's pulling the curtain, and what he's revealing makes the palace drama look like a Disney Channel plot. This isn't just an ex-venting. This is a man who's watched the woman he once loved become a professional victim, a PR machine, and apparently a method actress moonlighting as a duchess. and it only gets darker from here.
Narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim. My castle's too small. The queen is mean to me. They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm gonna put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends, while she never stops whining. And at the same time, I'm getting all worked up. I'm a founder.
Let's start with the claim that sent shockwaves through Montecito and made royal Twitter spontaneously combust. Trevor says Meghan had a hysterectomy. Yep, during their marriage, a procedure that, biologically speaking, would make carrying children impossible. So what does that mean for Archie and Lilibet? For years, critics were labeled cruel and downright unhinged for questioning Meghan's pregnancy posture. The belly that defied gravity, the bump that folded like origami, and the famous one hand always cradling maneuver. But now, Trevor's admission drops a bombshell right on top of all those dismissed rumors. If she couldn't have kids naturally, were the pregnancies props?
Just when the difficult Duchess wanted all the talk of her fake baby bumps to fade away, along came a so-called friend to turbocharge the conspiracy theory that she's not a mum and never has been. The royal runaways recently released twerking video, allegedly filmed 4 years ago when Meg was expecting Lilibet, has only served to intensify the fevered speculation that we're told is making the former actress's life a nightmare. According to skeptics, the Sussexes' widely derided dance film is hard evidence that the manipulative Ms. Markle used prosthetic moon bumps to fabricate both of her phantom pregnancies.
Of course, the mainstream media is too busy drooling over her beachy waves and resilience aesthetic to ask these questions. But viewers aren't dumb. You saw the footage. The bump shifted like a fanny pack in a wind tunnel. And Trevor? He's not speculating. He was there. He knew her then. And he's calling bullish on the fairy tale, loudly.
Now the trolls have gone into overdrive with their firm belief that non-mother Meg was never pregnant, and the childless Sussexes continue to subject the world to an extraordinary hoax.
Let's talk about timing, because Meghan's PR instincts could rival any Hollywood crisis manager. According to Trevor, her pregnancy announcement for Archie didn't come from a place of family joy. It came strategically, right as the press started peeling away her halo. Remember the reports of palace staff fleeing like it was the Titanic?
Well, a new royals book has continued to paint a not-so-kind picture of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Valentine Lowe, who has reported on the royal family for over 25 years, has written the book Courtiers, The Hidden Power Behind the Crown, revealing very interesting information. Within the book, former staffers who worked for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry refer to themselves as the Sussex Survivor Squad. Some of the former staffers have come forward revealing what they call the truth behind the couple that caused so much friction in the royal family. Within the book, former advisors refer to Meghan as a narcissistic sociopath who played the people who worked for her, with another source calling both the Duke and Duchess outrageous bullies.
The rumors of screaming matches over tiaras and air fresheners? The icy tension with Kate? Meghan needed a distraction. And what better way to yank back the narrative than by becoming the glowing Earth Mother of the century? Trevor says this is classic Meghan. When things get ugly, she doesn't fix the behavior, she rebrands the optics. When the public questions her motives, she drops a headline so wholesome it could neuter a bear. That's not maternal instinct. That's PR calculus. Now, before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe because let's face it, I'm nothing without your support. Now back to the tea. Here's where it really gets disturbing. And frankly, hilarious in a Hollywood kind of way. Trevor claims Meghan had an uncanny ability to cry on cue. We're talking full waterworks, no eye drops needed. She could go from past the soy milk to full Lifetime movie sobbing in 3, 2, 1.
Amazing, because all over the world if I'm traveling, Soho House can still be home base.
Now make yourself cry. Yeah. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, 1 tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
You're not even gonna believe me. She's crying in them.
Like we zoomed in just to see, there isn't a tear in sight. Dan, look at this. I invite the viewers to take a close-up look at this. Where's the tear? There's nothing there. Look, it's an actor's trick. She just keeps wiping and wiping and wiping, so we think she has a heart.
I know, it's shocking. She's never once played a victim, but she is going to cry and you will like her and you will see her as a victim no matter how many dollars it takes, that she is victimized by being a princess.
You think Oprah got Misty Meghan by accident? Nah, that was technique. Refined, rehearsed, delivered like a monologue from The Good Wife. Trevor says she did the same thing during their fights. Mid-disagreement, boom, tears. Suddenly, she's the victim, you're the villain, and the truth is somewhere buried under a pile of soggy Kleenex and wounded pride. He called it performance art. Not emotion, not vulnerability, a tactical sob fest designed to shut down accountability and win sympathy every single time. The Academy should have nominated her. Now this is where it gets straight up creepy. Trevor recalls that Meghan once played in a terrible, low-budget soap opera. And apparently she was handed a role as a pregnant woman, but they scrapped that idea and gave her another role.
Orderly to receive. Orderly to receive.
Excuse me, do you know if Chloe Morgan has a visitor with her?
Just 1 second. I have his chart right here, Dr. Lambert. I don't see the notation anywhere.
Jax.
Never mind. Just the person I was looking for.
Is that it is Trevor Engelson, via an intermediary, who has revealed this story.
But she did get the chance to rehearse a fake pregnancy with the commitment of a method actor in a Scorsese film. The waddling walk, the belly-holding hand placements, the delicate, pained facial expressions. So when the public started noticing that Meghan's real-life pregnancy mannerisms seemed scripted, that wasn't instinct. That was muscle memory from a casting call. It's not motherhood, it's mimicry. And according to Trevor, he recognized it instantly. Watching her on royal walkabouts was like deja vu. Same moves, same gestures. Only now the stakes were higher, and the audience was global. Motherhood wasn't sacred, it was strategy.
She married for money. It's very clear she bagged the elephant. She was thrilled she became a, quote, princess.
Well, you can...
It was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
Before they met?
Yes. And she wants to
That's
pretend.
impressive. You got to admit that is impressive.
She nailed it.
At the beginning, Trevor thought he was building a life with a smart, driven woman. But as her star rose, so did her need to control every single piece of her image. And if you didn't fit into the vision board, you were out. Suddenly, Trevor found himself edged out, not by another man, but by Meghan's obsession with status, power, and optics. She curated friendships like they were handbags, trendy, seasonal, and disposable. If you weren't boosting her brand, you were dead weight. And the breakup? Oh, buckle up. One day without warning, Meghan mailed her wedding ring back. That's it. No call, no text, just a cold FedEx delivery, like she was returning a pair of shoes to Nordstrom.
Many warnings can you receive? I mean, we obviously know via Tom Bower that Meghan Markle returned her engagement ring to Trevor Engelson via the post. But the fact that you're actually so blatant in terms of the fact that you want this famous royal, and specifically you want Prince Harry.
Who ends a marriage like that? A career strategist, not a wife. Trevor isn't the only one who caught on. According to him, the royals began to notice the same pattern. At first, they were enchanted. Meghan was charming, eloquent, and photogenic. But soon, they saw the script, the narrative manipulation, the emotional whiplash, the media leaks that always seem to benefit her side of the story. And this isn't about race. This is about recognition. The firm recognized the same behavior Trevor had already lived through. The showmanship, the need to dominate the narrative, the constant flipping of victim and hero. They didn't exile her, they figured her out. After all these years, Trevor is done staying quiet. And no, it's not about revenge. He doesn't want a book deal. He doesn't want your sympathy. He wants truth. Because for years, the world only got Meghan's side. The glossy Netflix fairy tale, the teary interviews, the royal slander wrapped in lavender prose. Meanwhile, the man who knew her before the filters, before the titles, before the victim complex, was erased. But now that he's speaking, people are finally asking, was any of it real? Was the Duchess we saw on screen the real Meghan? Or just another audition? Because if what Trevor's saying is true, and let's be honest, it's way too specific to be made up, then this isn't just a celebrity gone rogue. This is the greatest royal con ever televised. And trust us, this performance isn't over yet. Do you believe Trevor Engelson's account is the final nail in Meghan's carefully curated narrative? Or do you think this is just an ex-husband clapping back with conveniently timed revelations? Was Meghan Markle a woman crushed by the palace machine, or the master manipulator who outplayed everyone in the room, including the crown itself? Do you think those pregnancies were real or just a PR stunt with prosthetics and camera tricks? And what about the crying on cue, the emotional spin, and the ring sent back without a word? Is this just cold-hearted ambition or calculated performance from day one? Let's hear it from you. Is Meghan a misunderstood icon or a one-woman media operation with zero empathy and an instinct for branding? Was Trevor right to finally break his silence? Or should he have stayed in the shadows while she rakes in royal sympathy checks? Drop your raw, unfiltered thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're just as stunned by this bombshell as we are, hit that like button, subscribe for more brutal truths the media won't touch, and share this video with someone still drinking the Markle Kool-Aid. Because one thing is clear, the show isn't over. And neither is the truth. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed my content, feel free to check out some of my other videos on the top of the screen. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed. Only on Tea Time with Tina.